Dear friends, hello from Ukraine. This is a special update about critical situation in Ukraine which happened this early morning at 2:35 a.m. Russian terrorists previously used the mines. They did explode Kakhovka Dam, where Kakhovka hydroelectric power plant are located. So at 3:10 this morning, this HPP gone. What consequences may be? Potentially, this will bring large-scale flooding of areas of the Kherson region, which are located downstream of the Dnipro River, especially on the left bank. In addition, Crimea can now be left without water for a very long time. Our government and administration, local administration in Kherson area, they initiated and started evacuation of people from the dangerous zones. You can see potential zone of flooding in case of a dam break at Kakhovka HPP. Look at this. There is also information that in addition to the dam, the Russian terrorists blew up the turbines and the generators of the Kakhovka hydroelectric power station. That's at least $1 billion worth of damage. Kherson region. The undermining of the Kakhovka HPP is an attempt by the Russians to disrupt the offensive of the defense forces. Meanwhile, an emergency meeting is being held in Kryvyi Rih regarding the provision of water to the city after enemy blew up the Kakhovka HPP. The situation is very difficult according to Vilkul. And here is our president reaction to the undermining of Kakhovka hydroelectric power plant. Russian terrorists only confirm for the whole world that they must be expelled from every corner of the Ukrainian land. Only the victory of Ukraine will restore security, and this victory will be. The terrorists will not be able to stop Ukraine with water, missiles, or anything else. In Nova Kakhovka, the Kaskova Dibrova, it's a name of a local zoo, was flooded due to the explosion of the hydroelectric power plant. People's Deputy Maria Mezentseva informed, because of that, many animals died. As well, we're getting information that Russian mines are detonating on the banks of the Dnipro near the Kakhovka hydroelectric power station. The water level begins to fall in the Dnieper in Zaporozhye. The water has already receded by 10 meters, you can see. There is a threat of flooding up to 80 settlements, according to Shmigel. The destruction of the hydroelectric power station threatens the ecological disaster for the south of our country. What possible it causes, and we may expect about 3 full days of this flood moving, this wave moving, 3 complete days. And it will be 14 hours of non-stop rising the level of water. After the hydroelectric power plant is blown up, it throws ruddy mines ashore. You can see New Kakhovka, which is still under control of Russian terrorists, goes underwater. The water level could rise by 10 meters already. And you can see now Kakhovka hydroelectric power plant is completely underwater. Crimea was left without a source of fresh water. After undermining the dam, the peninsula is half a step away from a critical humanitarian disaster. The scale of the catastrophe is frightening. The stadium in Nova Kakhovka no longer exists. You can see the video of that. Islands near Kherson. Just look at this. This footage took from the drone, and you see the houses of people covered with the water. It's just flowing there. You can see the roofs. The local administration asks people and neighbors to help with the helping animals and the pets, because the people who are being scared and leaving their homes, some of them forgot to untie the pets at their yards. So the civilians and the volunteers right at this moment, they checking the places, different homes, territories, to save the animals which is still alive. Detonation of HPP will not harm the offensive of the armed forces. The command predicted such steps of the occupiers. Commander of the United Forces of the Armed Forces Sergei Naev says. The members of the National Security Council were informed that at least 150 tons of machine oil got into the Dnipro River, and there is a risk of further leakage of more than 300 tons. Houses just float away. There are no words. Someone lived there, and you can just think about that. What Russia does. Consequences of undermining the hydroelectric power station. What is known so far at this moment? More than 40,000 people will have to be evacuated. Water will arrive for about a day. That's it. It will flood even more. Today, more than 80 settlements have been destroyed and flooded in Kherson region. Kherson is already gradually starting to go underwater. About 300,000 people live in the city. The evacuation has already begun. According to Geneva Convention, blowing up a dam, a war crime that can be equated with the use of weapons of mass destruction. The dam break at the Kakhovka HPP was simulated by Swedish engineers back in October 2022, and you can see the graphic of that. What consequences are coming according to the analysis of experts? By the evening of June 6, a wave 4, maybe 5 meters high will hit the Antonovsky Bridge in Kherson. Whether the bridge will hold up is unknown. The most severe consequences of the flood will fall on the left bank of the river, or Dnipro River, which one controlled by the Russian Federation. The peak power of the flood is 14,000 cubic meters of water per second. For comparison, in the calm condition, the Dnipro River carries about 1,670 cubic meters per second, and Niagara Falls 2,400 cubic meters per second. In the 4 or 5 days, the flood will cause a spill up the Bog River to Nikolaev. Floods are possible in the city. This is what the flooded city of Kherson looks like right at the moment. Thank you for your time. We will be watching and keep you updated. Thank you to all the partners. See you soon. And please support and pray for Ukraine. What is our answer to this situation, the Charity Foundation, Naprem? We had a short meeting. We connected to our people we work with in Kherson area. We made some decisions, and right in this moment, our guys working on our warehouse, preparing the stuff and the food, and especially clothes for people who had to leave their places without in a short time. So they have no clothes, nothing to wear, sometimes with no shoes, and we got special requests as well. So today we're preparing the shipment, and tonight or it will be shipped straight to Kherson. Thank you.